Karlee. I'm the new vet here at my vet animal hospital. I'm a total and utter crazy cat lady, so if you come and visit me, you'll probably find me talking about my cat for most of our consultation. So I just wanted to have, this is my first video, so you'll have to bear with me a little bit. I've got my notes here just in case I forget anything. But I just wanted to have a chat about a really common problem that we get here all the time, and that's with indoor cats and litter box aversion. So the first place to start is actually deciding whether your cat has a litter box aversion or they're actually urine marking. So we're not going to talk too much about urine marking today, but the way that you can kind of tell the difference is when cats are urine marking, it can be fairly distinctive, so they will urinate quite quickly, and they will urinate only a small amount compared to what they would do in the litter tray. And they tend to sort of twitch their tail and urinate on vertical surfaces. So I'm just going to run through a couple of things, but one of the other important things is to actually rule out any medical conditions before we decide that this is a purely behavioural problem, or a preference problem, I guess you could say. There are a couple of conditions that can cause cats to not urinate in their litter box. So things like feline cystitis, so sort of like having a really inflamed bladder that's really uncomfortable. Stones or blockages can cause them to not want to urinate in their litter tray. And then we have like our aversion sort of issues. So I'm just going to talk mainly about a couple of those. So the first place to start is, how do you manage a litter box properly? So most cats tend to like a clumping litter that is non-scented. The ideal depth for most cats is about 1 or 2 inches. They don't like it too deep, but it will depend a little bit on what they used as a kitten. So the best thing to do is to actually scoop it and change the litter daily and fully rinse out the litter tray at least once a week, because cats have an amazing sense of smell, and even if we can't smell it, any slight odour can deter them from actually using their litter box. So sometimes it can be a case of just trial and error, finding the litter that works for them best. And one way that you can actually do that is set up 2 different litter boxes with different litter in them and see which one she prefers to use. And in terms of like using covers or not using covers, most cats prefer to not use covers, but you can give it a try and see if that makes them more comfortable. Also, sometimes if the sides are too high, cats don't like the sides of the litter box to be too high, so something with a shorter side can encourage them to actually use their litter box when they're going outside of it. So apart from that, I guess the medical conditions we've already sort of briefly spoken about. Some cats actually have an inability to use their litter box. So some older cats who have really bad arthritis might be going outside the litter box because they can't actually comfortably get in there and go to the toilet. So come down and have a chat to us, and if you think that could be the case in your cat, we can do we can talk about some arthritis treatments and, getting a litter box with lower sides, or maybe an easier entry, and maybe removing the cover so that they're more comfortable. Another reason that cats might avoid using the litter box is because they've had a negative experience. And as we all know, cats are really sensitive creatures, and any sort of bad experience can kind of turn them off. And so I guess the best thing is to have the litter box in a place where it's quiet for them, where they're not, it's not near the dog's food, where they're going to get harassed by the dog. They need to have sort of plenty of area for them to be able to escape. They don't like their litter box to be in a really confined area, and cats don't want to go to the toilet where they eat and drink. So apart from that, you can have sort of stress, and in a multi-cat household, or even in where they're the only indoor cat, they can have stressful things going on in their life that can make them avoid the litter tray. So even sometimes things like a new candle can stress a cat out. So one of the ways that we can help avoid with stress in a multi-cat household is to have one litter box for each cat plus an extra one. If you're finding that your cat is a little bit stressed at home, there are things that we can do here to make them less stressful, whether down the track if that's behavioural medication, but one of the things that's a really easy place to start is synthetic pheromone spray or diffuser that just creates a really calming environment for them and can help them to feel more comfortable using their litter box. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please come in and have a chat to us. And thanks for watching my first video. I'll see you guys later.